Hi, my name is Kim Packard, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to review the Parenting the Lefkoe Way program. I came to this program in a kind of a roundabout way when I was on the internet one day searching for some things that could help me to become a better parent. I stumbled across a website called The Power of Moms, which is a website for deliberate mothers. And on this website, they had a link to the Great Parenting Show, which is a show that hosts interviews with parenting experts from around the world. And so I signed up to receive updates about these shows, and Shelley Lefkoe happened to be one of the first interviews that I listened to. And after listening to her, I was really interested in learning more about her program. So I went to the website to read a little bit more about how the program worked. And I'll be honest, at first I was really hesitant to invest the money into the program because I wasn't sure if it was exactly the right thing for me. But I was interested in learning a little bit more about the program, so I went over to Facebook to see if there was a Facebook page, and luckily there was one that had just been started. And so I started following that, and through following the Facebook page, I was able to find the blog that Shelley and Morty both contribute to regularly, which is called Gift Ed I Am. And I really enjoyed reading some of their posts. And one day when I was on Facebook, I happened to notice that the host of the blog was sponsoring a giveaway for the Parenting the Lefkoe Way program, and I was really excited, and so I entered right away and was very lucky to have won the program, and was really excited to start going through the program and seeing if it was something that would work for our family. It took me a little while to get started. I had a somewhat new baby, and just the transition of all of that made me delay for a little while, along with the holidays. But this last month, I had the opportunity to finish the whole program and was completely blown away by what I heard and what I learned. I think one of the most important things that I learned in the program, well, let me back up just a little bit. I guess before I came to the program, just to kind of let you know where I was at, I have two little girls, one who is almost 2.5, and the other one who is 8 months, now 8 months. And before coming to the program, my biggest struggles were obviously with my 2-year-old. And I just felt like we were having power struggles about everything. And even though they weren't major life issues like drinking and driving or things that were that serious of a nature, it still was really concerning to me because I felt like I had a lot of insecurities and I guess I'm trying to think of the way to put it. I guess just some things that I brought with me from my childhood that were affecting the way that I was parenting her. And I knew, despite the fact that I have wonderful parents and I have great memories of my childhood, I knew that I wanted to do some things different when I was a parent. And from the time that I was pregnant until now, I had been reading lots of books and searching the internet, trying to find something that really spoke to me about the way that I wanted to parent. I knew how I wanted to parent, I just didn't know exactly how to do it. So I think power struggles were the main thing, and also with me, I felt like I was getting upset all the time over just the littlest things. And I could see this affecting the relationship between my daughter and I. And the older that she got and the more independent that she got, I could feel her pushing against me. And even at 2 years old, it was concerning to me because I want to have a good relationship with her, and I want her to feel like she can trust me and come to me and that she feels safe and that I'm on her side. And so I was really surprised when I started the program that despite the fact that it's called Parenting the Lefkoe way and there are tons of wonderful parenting tips and strategies and stories to help, the main thing that I got out of the program was things for me. I was able to recognize that I have brought with me from my childhood many beliefs that are false. A few of them are things such as mistakes and failures are bad, that being bigger or older gives you the right to be the boss and to control all the situations. And there are many, many other beliefs that I brought from my childhood that I started to recognize as I went through the program were affecting the way that I was parenting my kids. And starting to realize that the way that I was responding to her, or the reason that I was responding to her the way that I was, didn't so much have to do with her behavior, but my beliefs about what her behavior meant. And so they were coming from a place of fear and anxiety and insecurity, thinking, oh no, if she does this behavior, she's going to turn out like this. Or if she acts like this now, what is she going to be like when she's a teenager? Or I have to nip this behavior in the bud because I'm afraid of what someone else is going to think if she acts like this in public. And not realizing that by trying to help her and teach her and make her be a certain way, I was encroaching on her freedom as a person. And I know that for some people that might be hard to hear, to think, oh, well, this child is only 2 years old and I'm in charge and it's my responsibility to teach them right things and to help them to, be who they want to be, which is true. But more importantly, I've learned that my job as a parent is to create a safe environment in which they feel loved and respected and that they feel like a person. Because even though they're little, they still have agency. They still make choices. And it's my job to help them understand that there are consequences to their choices, both good and bad. And creating an environment in which that they feel not only safe, but they feel like they have the freedom to create and to explore and to take risks and discover who they are and what they like and what speaks to them. It's not about me necessarily pushing my beliefs or my ideas on them. They're already gonna learn those things as they live with me and as I live my life and make the choices that I make. They're gonna see those things, but it's not my job to make them like me. It's, which I don't necessarily think any parent wants their kid to be exactly like them. They want them to be the best parts of them and be even better. And I felt like as I listened to the final bonus CD, which was an interview that was done with Morty and Shelley's two daughters, it was really eye-opening to me to see how different both girls are, but how happy they are. One of them lives a life which maybe many people would think is not a typical productive lifestyle, I guess. I mean, she does a lot of surfing and she does a lot of traveling, but at the same time, she works hard in the summers and she goes to school while she lives in Hawaii. And she is a happy, intelligent, confident person. And then on the flip side, her sister is very studious, and she, is getting ready to get her master's degree, and she has all these plans to teach and do a lot of outreach with people, and but yet they're both making a contribution to society. They're both happy. They're both well-adjusted. They're both individuals. They're not trying to be something that they're not. They're just being them. And it was apparent that the Lefkoes created an environment in which they were able to do that. And did they ever have power struggles? Sure. I mean, Shelley and Morty weren't perfect. I mean, their kids even said that. But they created an environment in which they could learn and that they had a say about their life. I think some of the main benefits about the program are the fact that there are a lot of different tools that you can use. So if, depending on your learning style, there are audio CDs, there are transcripts of the CDs. So if you prefer to read it or if you want to follow along, which is what I like to do, is follow along while listening to the CDs so that I could highlight those things that were most important to me and I could go back and read them again. There's also a workbook that you can go through so that you can write things down, thoughts that you have and memories that you have, to help you eliminate some of your beliefs and see how they're affecting your parenting. I would absolutely recommend this program to anyone who not only wants to be a better parent, but wants to be a better person. I feel like that it's already made me a more calm, well-adjusted person. I don't really know how else to say it. I just feel more at peace with myself. I worry less about what other people think. I'm becoming a lot more willing to take more risks that maybe I wouldn't have in the past. And that's exactly what I want for my kids, and I don't want anything to hold them back from achieving their dreams. And I want them to feel that anything is possible if they're willing to work for it and if they're willing to just go out into the world and make it happen, and that nothing can stand in their way. I just want to thank both Morty and Shelley for being an incredible example and for making this product available. And I would highly recommend investing the money in this program. It is worth every penny, and knowing what I know now, I would do it in a minute because it definitely has made our home a more calm and peaceful place. Do we ever have power struggles? Of course. My child's 2 and she's learning and she's independent, and there are power struggles every day, and I make mistakes as a parent, and I'm learning to apologize and just tell her that I'm sorry and that I'm trying and that I'm learning just like she's learning and that we're learning together, and that every day I can try again to be the person that I want to be and the parent that she needs me to be. So both of my girls will be able to achieve what they want to achieve in this life. Thank you again, and best of luck to all of you in your parenting endeavors.